I wish this podcast had never come to me.
So do all who start podcasts 3 years ago with random strangers. But that's not for you to decide.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey.
That was your thing?
Yeah.
That's a good joke. That's a good intro.
Thanks. Pete, right?
Yes. I don't even remember what you look like anymore.
Yeah. Well,
I do now, but I didn't like 20 minutes ago.
I look like this. Yeah. Hello and welcome.
Welcome to the Movie Man podcast. We are in person. I don't know if the listener and the viewer can tell that. I mean, they should.
We are filming.
We are.
But as is ever the case when we film, who knows? Who knows? Filming with a new camera.
Yes.
That in theory is capable of doing what I've just asked it to do, but I've also never asked it to film this long, so
yeah, we'll see.
It could all fumble. That was also a theme song that we've never played before.
Oh, I don't even. You brought that to my attention. What seems like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember what it is. I just remember giving the stamp of approval. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh, whatever.
No, I think I liked it. I think.
If it has to change, then.
Oh, I'm so sad.
This one, I guess.
I'll just
so
listen.
what we do is every 100 episodes, we treat as a new season. So this is technically season 3. Hello and welcome to season 3.
Right.
Of the Movie Man podcast. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 And
episode 200.
Episode 200. And what's something special we could do for episode 200? What could we do?
Well, we had a whiteboard and we wrote down a bunch of things. Donate to charity. Magic mushrooms. And then ultimately we landed on Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it was between Lord of the Rings and Magic. That was a tight race.
Right.
But there was some legal. We were planning on filming it, so there was some legal things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we
next time.
Well, obviously, as you can read by the title, what we decided on was let's do Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And let's just do what's worked before. So for a special episode, a round number, let's have Emily Mader on the show.
Right.
Episode 50, she was here.
Yep.
Episode 150, she was here. So 200, Emily Mader's here. We're pumped.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Emily.
I got bad news for you guys.
Wait. I wondered why you walked in.
Oh. Where's Emily?
Emily is at home.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to get out of the house this time.
We have Emily's husband,
yes.
Aaron Mader,
who's been referenced
Howdy.
so many times.
Oh.
We've blown things up together.
Yeah.
We've climbed trees together. We've been
done
naked
both of
together.
those things, yeah.
All three are separate occasions. But
Well, there was a one time.
it was that one time with the cherry bomb up the tree and all the bark burns.
Oh, the burns.
So listen, I feel like this is a big moment. I'm proud of you because I feel like I've been talking about us doing Lord of the Rings for at least 100 episodes now, maybe 150.
It's true.
And you have been a little bit of a stick in the mud.
Yes.
You've been a little like...
No way.
Because the movies are so near and dear to you. As are they with me, and I know they are. Aaron really appreciates these films,
Right.
Yeah.
but you were like, I don't think it's wrong to say fearful.
Oh, yes.
You were like,
oh, yeah.
What if we don't do it justice? I don't know that I'm ready to do them. I don't know if we're good enough to review these films.
Or it's like opening Pandora's box. It's like, what if you find out they suck? You can't go back to just watching Lord of the Rings if we find some critique that just...
You were afraid to watch them analytically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm very proud of myself too, because last night I was never more prepared in my life to just break it down and chat about it. I have no reservations today. We could chat about it and I give it a 1 out of 10 and that is okay.
Right.
That is fine. I am so ready for this in my life.
Okay.
Who are you?
Who are you? I'm assuming you don't have trivia.
I do.
You have trivia.
I do.
Are you pitting Aaron and I against each other?
Might as well. I mean,
All
if I
right.
can.
Oh, dear.
We're using my board, so we don't have any of your snazzy music.
That's okay.
Although maybe, listen, hey, maybe the trivia music for season 3 also needs a facelift.
Ooh, that's true.
I leave that to you, good sir.
Before we go any further, could you turn my headphone audio down maybe like 1 point?
You'd like it louder?
It's quieter. Sorry, I meant down.
How's that?
That's better.
All right.
Sorry, I'm so used to having controls of like I mute it whenever I cough.
Right.
And now I'm just like, what do I do with my
this
hands?
is
What do I do with my hands?
This is the reason why up until now there have been no Pete farts in the podcast.
That ends today.
Yeah.
All right. I've got at least 2 questions.
Okay.
No, we'll go 3. They're pretty brief and quick.
All right.
All right. And Aaron, I'm going to go on the honor system that you're not looking at my laptop.
I'm definitely not looking at your laptop anymore.
Yeah, I'm not now.
Okay. The sounds for the orcs in part were what recorded sound? Okay. We've got alligators doing alligator things.
Yeah, as they do.
Seals doing seal things. And like the animal seals, not like Navy seals. Komodo dragons. Or Andy Serkis making some type of signature throat sound that unintelligible, unnameable, but just Andy Serkis making a sound.
I know I would nail this if we were talking about Chewbacca. Because I know they went to like the zoo and it's a bunch of it's mostly bears that are like horny and stuff. And it's just like there with a Zoom recorder.
That's the sound.
Yeah.
So it's not a valid answer to say that it was just they recorded Chewie and used that to make the orc sound.
That is not. Yeah, no.
Not just
I'm going to go with seals.
Okay. No, I'm going with Andy.
Okay.
Andy.
We were split already. Well, Brady is right. It was seals, and they made recordings of elephant seal pups at a marine center in California.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Until someone was like, "Oh, Andy Serkis could do Gollum," I don't think anyone gave 2 shits who Andy Serkis was.
Right? Because
so they're not bringing him
in the
in
first film, which we're about to review. Like it was like 30 seconds of screen time, if that, and it wasn't like the motion capture,
and that's it.
Right.
And then it's over.
Second question. This might be unfair. An advantage to Brady, but
I hope so.
There were 2 actors in this film.
There were many more than that.
No, they were just 2. Everyone else was CGI.
Christopher Walken and Nick Cage. And they just
There were 2 actors in this film who have played James Bond villains.
Okay.
Can you name them?
Ooh, one for sure. Oh. Shitballs. So how do you want to point this? Like if I just whoever gets them first?
Yeah, or just if you guess them, yeah. And
I don't want him copying my answer once I say it.
Well, I mean, there is some competition here.
Okay, so Christopher Lee is one.
Correct. He played a villain in The Man with the Golden Gun in 1974.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Have you?
No,
I can't tell. I don't know you enough to know your sarcasm yet, but I'll get there.
That was a definite no.
Right now, I'm a maybe on the guy that plays Gimli. But I don't think so.
Okay. I can give a hint that will give it away.
No, don't. Okay. Bond villains are so forgettable. Depends on how far back. Interesting. Sean Bean is the other one.
100%.
Because he was kind of like, he's kind of half, he's kind of like half a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In GoldenEye in 1995.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Of the Fellowship, who in real life, like of the actual actors, who was the tallest?
I feel like that's probably... I think Ian McKellen's a pretty tall guy.
I forget. When we hung out, he was sitting, so...
Yeah, as he does. Well, because Patrick Stewart was in his Professor X wheelchair and he didn't want to be towering over him. Yeah, you got to start inviting me to those parties.
You will come. You will come.
Yeah, I'm going to go with... Oh, no. I do know this. It's the guy that plays Gimli. He's freakishly tall. He's a big man.
Okay. Maybe. Aaron?
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Sir Ian McKellen is tall, but I think he's more like in the twink category than, which he would not scoff at being called. He would be very appreciative. Yeah, I'm going with what's his face that plays.
Okay.
Yeah. This big tall man.
I'm trying to picture the lineup, like right when we announced that it's like this is the Fellowship of the Ring, and they're all standing there.
Yep.
Right, but then there's also 4 hobbits there that are
Well, yeah, I know that. I know.
misrepresented, and Gimli, who's misrepresented.
Right.
Just like Tom Cruise's height is misrepresented in every film.
Literally all the time.
Yeah.
No, I want to go with Aragorn, who's
Viggo Mortensen.
yeah.
Well,
I don't have a strong feeling about that, but that's my hunch.
That's why it's not a strong feeling, because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
It was John Rhys Davies who played Gimli at apparently 6'1".
Yeah, he's a big tall guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My mind is
Blown.
it's blown right now.
Don't tell the elf.
The only I'm going to rapid fire 2 or 3 quick things.
All right.
The one that is wild. This film holds the record for the most nominations of the trilogy. It got 13 nominations. So
well, it's all downhill from
didn't
here.
win the most, but 13 is incredible.
Yeah.
We've got apparently an idea that was floated, and they recorded it. Obviously didn't use it. They, for the prologue of
It began with the
Forging of the Three Great Rings by Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Instead of her, they had recorded one with Frodo doing it. And then they recorded
With the same monologue?
Yeah. And then they recorded one with Ian McKellen doing it. And I for sure don't buy the Frodo
one doesn't make any sense. Ian McKellen one, I could get behind that.
Somewhat timeless, but obviously the best decision was made.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that I'm sure we'll touch on in some capacity, or we maybe will avoid it like the plague, but just as the whole Sean Connery, quote unquote, almost being Gandalf. And
do you know this story?
No.
So Sean Connery. So this was at the time when Sean Connery was like a crotchety idiot, and there was 2 roles or like 3 roles or something like iconic. He was also going to be Dumbledore in Harry Potter, but basically they gave him the script for Lord of the Rings, and I don't know if he'd never read it. He seems like the type of guy that would have read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Right. He's Scottish and he's whatever. But he was basically like, he read the script and he's like, I don't get it.
and then walked away.
He's like,
just some nerd.
Yeah, he's like, I'd rather do League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah. And then he did that and he's like, I guess I'm done. I'm done acting. Just gonna hit women instead.
But I don't even want to imagine it, but just woof.
So do all. Come to see such times.
You should not pass.
You shall not pass.
The last thing, apparently Liam Neeson turned down a role for Boromir, and Bruce Willis.
I could see that.
Bruce,
yeah.
I can too, because like the Qui-Gon, different time, like a timeless feel. I can get the Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And then the very last thing, Bruce Willis, who actually read the books, unlike a lot of the actors, but he was a fan of the books, expressed interest in the role of Boromir, but apparently did not get called.
Auditioned for Galadriel. Didn't get that either. Yeah.
Wanted to be an Ent.
Cool. Cool.
Well,
I have a hot take. I don't know where to inject it.
Do it.
Okay, listen. You may or may not know that The Lord of the Rings is based off a popular book series.
Color me shocked.
Yeah. And it's technically the follow-up to The Hobbit.
Sure.
Now, when I was in grade 3, I was first introduced. I had a teacher read to me The Hobbit. Like, every day we'd sit in class and he...
Just you directly?
Yeah.
Like at your house.
Yeah. I was in detention a lot, but it was fine. No, he would like read in front of the class after lunch for like, cool. I don't know, 20 minutes or something. He would read a little bit more of The Hobbit.
Right.
And so, and I had the teacher again in grade 5 and he read it to that class. Like, it was something he did to The Secret Garden, a couple of like go-to books of his that he thought were fundamental to his students. Obviously, we didn't read Lord of the Rings. We're in grade 3. It's a little,
it's a little much.
Would go over our heads. Especially the scene with the orgy. But But
which director's cut did you watch?
that's why they left Tom Bombadil out. He tells him to go run naked in the. It's true in the book.
I don't remember anything about Tom.
Tom, he's like, rid yourself of your clothes and go frolic in the grass or something, and that will, because they show up at his place and they're all like tired, and he's like, this will energize you. Get naked and go run in the
YOLO.
Yeah, he's a nudist. So
naturist.
Nature. Well, I mean, it's probably it's European. The story. So,
but the song about Tom Bombadil is all about his clothing.
Yeah,
his I don't know, and his boots of yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he just likes others to be.
Maybe
naked.
It's just boots.
Yeah, he's a voyeur. So, I don't know how we got here. So, what was I saying? Oh, okay. So anyway, so it was read to me. So I grew up. Middle Earth was important to me. I had seen the 1970s animated versions of The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. You haven't seen the Hobbit one?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's good.
No, okay.
It's good. Okay. So anyways, I really, really, really liked. Yeah, I was big into Middle Earth. And here's the thing: every time they make a movie based on a book, and I've read the book first, you sit down and you watch the movie and you're like, oh, okay, that's like, this is what they made Hogwarts look like. This is what they made these characters look like. This is, they made the car look like that, whatever it is. And there's always an adjustment period, right? Because you've envisioned it and you know what it's supposed to look like in your mind. You know what it's supposed to sound like, so on and so forth. And it's never exactly that in the movie. But you adapt and you come to accept it, and it's okay. When I first saw The Fellowship of the Ring, I cannot describe the chills, the goosebumps, that first moment when you come over the hill in the Shire and the music starts playing, and and even the imagery of Gandalf on the cart with the, and it was just like, oh my God, that's it.
That's cool.
That's it. Like it wasn't even, there was no adjustment period. It was just like, because there were so many, because Tolkien's works had been around for so long, there's been a lot of famous artwork, paintings and stuff like that done, that they pulled a lot in the creative production process. But it just was like so unmistakably the Shire and hobbits and Gandalf and everything that you would expect at Rivendell. Like everything was just perfect. And it was like I had made all the decisions for how it was supposed to look.
That's
like,
such a cool experience.
Oh man. There's from a so I guess what I'm saying is from a set production, from a design standpoint, these films are without flaw.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you for listening.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is that man? Gotta get that looked at. Is that your initial impression, or just a hot take?
No, it's just a hot take. My initial impression is that this is an incredible film. I think that as a child, it was my favorite of the three.
Okay.
I think that honestly, it's probably, as children, it's probably most people's favorite, because it's the most colorful, it's the most lighthearted, it's the most fun of them, right? We're not into war and genocide and like mundane looking prairies and plains of Rohan and stuff like that yet.
Right.
We've got Balrogs, and we've got elves, and we've got the Shire, and we've got, so all of these magical places, Lothlorien, all of these magical changes that we go to, and it's the most fun one because we're not in the thick of it yet. So I think for a very, very long time, it was my favorite one.
Oof.
Yeah.
It was past tense.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that.
All right.
I'm not showing my hand.
Okay.
I think he just did.
No.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, so I think for a very long time it was my favorite. As an adult, I've come to appreciate things in the other ones that I maybe didn't appreciate in, when I was younger. But yeah, the Fellowship of the Ring, man, like everything from set design to soundtrack to casting to like what have you. It holds up. There's never a moment where you're like, it didn't age well, or right. Like, this isn't as good as I remember. It is a journey, and I feel like it's important to say, because I don't even know if we've told Aaron this. We are talking today about the only version of these films, the extended edition.
Oh, whoa! All right.
Just so you're aware.
Okay. This is an adjustment for me.
An adjustment period.
Yeah. The extended editions. Just because
the only, huh?
Only.
I
don't know.
I want to jump in.
Know.
So I'm glad that it seems like you have an opinion, and I want to just intercede.
I'm glad it seems like you.
I was really wanting a fold over on the show who would just agree with everything I said.
The sign that you're not brain dead.
No. No. Okay.
I'm overjoyed.
I was going to bring this up later, but I want to bring it up now since we're talking about it, since it seems like you have an opinion on the matter. Is like theatrical versus extended. Like, I don't think I've watched the theatrical since maybe like 15 years ago. Yeah. Since I purchased the extended. Is there a place for the theatrical, or for super fans, is it just extended or bust?
I think I know his answer.
Okay, I want to hear this because I actually wanted to know for myself.
There is absolutely a place for the theatrical.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I think any new person being exposed to the Lord of the Rings universe, it's got to be the theatrical version, or you just lose them. It's 4 hours is an undertaking, and it's not divvied up nicely like a Netflix series or something like that. Like,
so I think I can attest to this to a bit. So a couple months ago, I watched Lord of the Rings a couple of months ago.
Yes,
and I showed it to someone for the first time. We watched The Hobbit first. For two reasons. One is because I was like, technically, chronologically, this is where it comes.
Yeah, for sure.
And two, I want to give you something to look forward to. It's like I don't want you to have Return of the King and then spend 3 movies going, what the shit is this?
Right.
But for both trilogies, we did the extended editions. So it's a jog, and so she'd never seen any of them, and she's 17, so her interest in this type of thing, isn't as as academic, maybe. And there were definitely times where it was an endurance race for her. It was a real... Having said that, once we finished, she was like, I think I'm ready to watch them again. Like, I think I'm ready to do that again.
Interesting.
But yeah, there was definitely, I can see merit in having done just the theatrical versions of both, and then her being like, okay, I'm ready to watch them again, and me being like, I have a treat for you.
Yeah,
right.
See,
There's more.
Yeah.
So
I would go the opposite direction from you, and introduce someone with the I think it's like a 3-hour fan edit of The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And that is a much more palatable approach to the
removes
universe.
a lot of the white orc shit.
Yeah. The whole love thing with
Legolas. Just removes Legolas altogether. You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Get out. So is there any place for it for the tenured fan?
Oh, so my family watches the Lord of the Rings trilogy every Christmas. Okay. Most years we'll watch the theatrical release just because, it's just, sometimes you want sometimes you just want to skip to dessert. And the theatrical version is just a bit more concise. You enjoy the pacing. It's just paced more quickly.
Different tempo.
It's a different tempo, and I think there's a a really nice value to that you can just
I think
not have to sit down for the entire Christmas break to get through them.
for some reason, as much as I love the extended, I'm like excited to watch the theatrical.
I did it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And because I've watched the extended version so much, I found that when it was over, I was like, wait, what happened to this part? Like I just felt like there was stuff.
Unresolved.
It kind of felt like when you would catch a movie on TV,
Right.
and they've chopped a bunch of stuff out to make room for commercials and stuff,
Yeah.
and like to get it down to 90 minutes, right? They're like Godfather Part 2, the 90-minute cut. And you're like, where is everything? Yeah. So for me, see, but I'm also listen, and so this is another hot take that kind of stems off of this. I love Peter Jackson's Middle Earth.
Yep.
So much.
Yep.
Particularly from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The non-CG heavy one. The one that doesn't look like a video game.
Yeah.
That I understand. Listen, I understand, and I'm a big proponent of people. There seems to be this idea nowadays that a longer movie equals a better movie. Particularly when it comes to like Star Wars or Marvel movies, right? People see a movie, a runtime. The new Thor: Love and Thunder is an hour 59. It's under 2 hours, and people are going, "What the?" Like, longer doesn't equal better.
No.
Shorter doesn't equal better.
No.
Each film has its own ideal pace and runtime, and so on and so forth. Having said that, if they tomorrow announced that there was because so the extended version, the first Fellowship of the Ring is what, like 3.5 hours, and then I think it's 3:45, and then like 4:10 or something, right?
It's like 4:25 or something. Like it's
If they announce tomorrow that there is each film has a 6.5 hour edit, and it has like all of the battle, like everything that was left out, like everything from the book is there. They even went into like some of the appendices and stuff like that, and maybe fleshed out some details and added in some stuff that Tolkien would have agreed, would be accurate. I would, not only would I absolutely be purchasing it, I would definitely go, I would like insert a catheter and go sit in a movie theater for it.
I think I'd prefer to just give $20 to the projectionist and say, "Hey, can you pause it?
Can you pause it?"
To each their own.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say instead of inserting a catheter, you'd give $20 to the projectionist and be like, "Hey, can you help me insert this?"
Well, I mean, that's the logical approach.
$20. Jeez. But yeah, so I can see, I think for the first time viewer, theatrical can make sense.
Yep.
For me, it's got to be extended at this point in my Lord of the Rings viewing.
Sure.
I think The Hobbit doesn't need to be the extended.
Probably not.
Or even the theatrical. But I would also take, if the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy went from 12 hours up to 18... I'd still be, it wouldn't be, I think my go-to would still be the extended. I don't think I would sit people down to watch it because I would understand that that's not for most and maybe not the superior version of the film by any means.
Oh, for sure.
But I would still own it and I would still watch it.
I like related to increased content and just like, I remember when I was like a teenager with these like folded out extended editions that had like hours upon hours of bonus material,
which I had for the Lord of the Rings. You've got one right there.
I've got it.
Yeah.
I just this week watching all 3 in a row, I was just not at a point in my life where I could sit and watch all those, but it was just like, I guess I'm just with you where like, if there was like expanded content and if I had the time and I would try and make the time, I'm there for it. I am.
I've watched all of it for all 3.
I have years ago.
And I've watched all of it for The Hobbit.
Ooh, I have not done that for The Hobbit.
No. Well, I was depressed or something. I don't know.
You were afterwards.
I was after. Yeah. Cool. Right. So initial impression of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh my goodness.
So basically just in 90 seconds or less, what do you think of this movie?
I mean, this was a formative age for me, going to the theater.
Sure.
The first couple times with my family.
27.
I remember that age.
Yeah.
So long ago.
Not that old.
The first time they let me go to the theater.
Out of the house. Oh boy. Sorry.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad wept.
Oh wow.
Because he was a big fan of the books. He had read them, and like similar experience to you. The first opening scene. It was right. This was the story he knew. So of course he was a bit disappointed that
Tom
Bombadil wasn't in there, and that there were pieces missing that he was looking forward to.
Right.
So I was just along for the ride with my dad, who's basically
you obviously
not into movies and theater at all. But he was ready for this. So
cool.
That's a very cool experience.
Yeah. So that was my full immersion into it. And yeah, I was all for it.
Cool.
So does that count as an initial impression?
Yeah. And you, sir?
I definitely had a very different experience than both of you. So this installment has flip-flopped for me. As a child, it was probably my least favorite.
Really?
Then as an adult, it had become my most favorite. And we'll get into later if it still is or not. But we'll get into this when we do Two Towers. My first experience was watching Fellowship on DVD, like a week or two after I saw Two Towers in theaters.
Oh. Okay.
So for Brady, when you had this world brought to life, or with you seeing it with your family and bringing that kind of thing together, Fellowship was none of that for me. So as a child, I viewed it as still a very fun film, but there's a bit less battley stuff. As a kid, there's a little bit less action, and then as an adult, I came to appreciate more the depth and the richness that was the Fellowship.
I had this shit on VHS.
I was blessed. I think that was one of the third DVD.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones was my first. I remember that.
I think my first DVD was Spy Kids, and I think I got it in a box of honeycombs.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
Back when they gave movies.
Right.
Which we've talked about, and it's so stupid. Because now with digital downloads, it's actually far easier to give movies.
They don't.
Just print a damn code in the box and give away a movie or a
QR code.
Or a QR code.
Yeah.
And don't even be and they'll be well, we'll give away, board game. Give away Steam gift cards.
Right.
Steam codes.
Right.
Let the kid choose. If they don't want to build a roller coaster, then
what I'll end my initial impression on is just what a journey this is, right? And something I never articulated it until I watched this and I was thinking about this, just the scope of this film. Just when you think of the sheer scope, but opposite to that, and I wrote this down so I would specifically bring this up. In contrast to that scope, you get the individual story of Frodo, this youthful character. And his uncle says at one point, and this hit me for the first time when I watched this, I've never paid attention to it before. His uncle says, Frodo is in love with the Shire, with the rivers and the forests, or something to that effect. And it just hit me this time, we've got the scope of this big story, but then this individual story of someone who is in love with his life where it is. And we know that his life as he knows it is what's his normal is about to end.
Right.
And even when he comes back, that love and that what he enjoyed will never be the same. And just that richness of that personal character depth really hit me. I'm oof, seeing that little glimpse of what his life was like before and knowing what's to come and knowing what comes even when he returns. Just this small micro individual story was it hit me.
Because if you're a hobbit in the Shire, your stress level's pretty low. There's not a lot weighing you down. Your job is to eat food, drink beer, and get fat.
The biggest stress is organizing
just worrying
a
about
party.
the crowd feet.
Yeah. Relatives who you don't really want to come, but even if they do, you still have a good time.
They're going to steal the silverware.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So that's my initial impression. Great film.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It listen, when I first saw this film, I had never read The Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And so I only knew, like, when I saw Frodo and all these other people, like, I was very excited to see Bilbo. I was very excited to see Gandalf and Elrond.
Yep.
Because these are characters I knew from The Hobbit.
Yep.
So yeah, that was sort of a different, interesting experience for me. When I finally did start reading Fellowship of the Ring, yeah, like it doesn't take long for there to be a lot in there that's not in this movie, but helps flesh out some things that are in the movie.
Sure.
Right? Like, so things like the Sackville Bagginses, right? So we talk about them.
Yep.
And we actually get a little bit more of them in the extended edition of The Hobbit.
Oh.
Bilbo comes back and they're like having an auction and they're selling off all his stuff because
Right.
everyone thought Bilbo was dead, right? But we see the Sackville Bagginses in Fellowship of the Ring. We see them at Bilbo's birthday, kind of like scoping around looking for him, and they're all pissed off because he's lived too long and right hasn't. But like that's fleshed out so much more in the book, right? In the book, it takes Frodo. Like, so something they don't talk about is when Gandalf says, keep it secret, keep it safe. And then he goes off and he does his shit and he comes back. It's like 11 years.
It's more like 20, yeah.
Is it? Yeah. It's a long time.
Yeah.
I knew it was a considerable amount.
It kind of makes it seem like it's been a few weeks.
Frodo's in his 50s.
Yeah.
When he leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the book.
So it's been a good while.
Right.
But it also takes him, like, it kind of makes it seem like he up and leaves the Shire in about half an hour. As in the book, there's like, he goes and stays at a different house in the Shire for a while, and there's like some real estate stuff happening, and there's like
a market crash.
It's this it's this whole big. They spend the night at like they end up in Farmer Maggot's house. Like it's there's so much. There is so much.
Yeah, like it's just so contrasted because like it just seems like it was like a couple weeks, or like even like when they pick up Merry and Pippin. And I thought about this when you're watching it, like they were just out picking stealing from Farmer Maggot's
carrots and stuff,
and then they'd go on this whirlwind adventure for the next few years of their life with whatever they happen to pack with them that day. Is the way the film perceives it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, like the examples you just said, I'm sure there's probably a substantial amount of time between when maybe they found out about going to when they left. You know, if not. Even in the examples you gave.
I just think it's so funny too, the life of a hobbit. Like if you were going to, like, I don't know, it's like they're so excited because they're stealing carrots.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like,
so lame.
Who steals carrots?
Yeah.
And then they're like, you know, they're like, mushrooms. And they're like, like it's this greatest.
And I can at least get the mushrooms because at least if you season them up and cook them with some butter, it's like, I'm there for that.
Well, and also mushrooms seem harder to, you know, like as humans, like nowadays, I see mushrooms all the time and I'm like, I don't know the difference, but like, I don't know mushrooms. I don't know if I can eat that.
Yeah.
But like people who go like morel hunting and like puffball, like I think that's a similar, you know, you find yourself a nice juicy, which I've never had a puffball. I don't, you know, people post them in the fall. And
I want a
like,
truffle pig.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Nicolas Cage.
Like what Nick Cage had. Yeah. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Watch the movie Pig. It'll ruin your life. If you're not depressed now.
You will be.
You will be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where do we go?
I don't know. This is your show, man. You're the one worried that we're going to F this up. So you take over.
Okay. Let's talk about things we dislike, if any.
Never mind. I'm in charge. So, no, I'm kidding. Go.
I am very much plot-related stuff. And we'll get into some technical stuff later on.
There's plot stuff you don't like.
Well, it's stuff that I question, and it's we'll get into it. It might just be like me listing it and we go, yeah, okay, and we move on. Because it's a complicated thing to discuss because there's the films, there's the books, there's staying authentic to the books, there's, you know, adapting something that's for a new audience. So like sometimes it's a critique of the team, what they did for these films. Sometimes it's like, okay, I tip my hat you have to do something.
Sometimes things are good in a book, but would be really boring in a movie.
100%
doesn't translate well.
Or some of the things might be more explainable if you had the accurate timelines of like this happened 17 years later versus like, hey, it just seems like Gandalf left 10 minutes ago.
But you wouldn't want this film to have 17 years later come across the bottom.
No, I agree. That would be the kiss of death. The first,
I don't know if it'd be that bad.
No, like I'd become a
pretty off-putting.
Star Trek fan.
Yeah,
just kidding. I wouldn't. Okay, I truly, again, something that stuck out to me watching this film and all three this time. When Boromir says one does not simply walk into Mordor, he's absolutely right. Like, I don't get why people just scoff at him. And like, what was their actual plan? Like, to send
People
this
scoff
group
at him?
and go to the tower and like the gate of Mordor and just wait for it to open and walk it. Like, what was their plan?
I don't think they had one.
But that's dumb. Like, this is we'll get into this. I forget which film I get into this more, and it's a beef with me. Writing the fate of the known free world on this group, you should have some plans,
some sort of
and
plan,
some contingency plans and backup plans and an army following them to back them up if you need them.
So, and I want to interject this right now.
Oh, and that's basically it.
Because I know it's going to be a comment, and I feel like I'm going to say this in all three of these episodes. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to butcher the name of this book. What is the name of the book?
The Silmarillion.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
Silmarillion?
Silmarillion?
Yeah.
If you've read that book, it explains to you, because everyone says, why wouldn't they just fly the eagles over the thing and throw the ring into the fire? It's stupid. Okay. And then there's other people, the diehard fans, that are like,
right.
Because Mordor had the Nazguls on the thing. But no, which is stupid. Listen, if you've read into this further and deeper and you actually understand, have you read it?
I have, yeah.
Okay. The entities that the eagles answer to wouldn't allow them to do this.
Which seems logical.
They weren't allowed to help until the end when it was all said and done. So you can take your eagle theory, shove it up your ass. I too have joked about that in the past, but listen, there's a reason. It's not a giant plot hole. Maybe it was at one point, but he fixed it. So just
that's not my theory. By the way, like, I don't subscribe to that. I did not want to suggest that for the record. When we talk about a different film tonight, I do have a theory that they should have done, or at least talked about. That is not the Eagles.
Should have at least thought it through.
Like, if you're having a damn council about this serious problem, I would have had a sub-council to talk about it and flesh that idea out.
Well,
but we'll get there.
And
it's not the Eagles.
And
it's not the Eagles.
My theory as to why they probably didn't consider any other options was they were like, Elrond was like, okay, look, obviously at some point during this movie, Sean Bean is going to die because that's what he does in films. Right. And I don't know for sure how much time we have left. So
we gotta go.
In order to
I'm leaving for the Eastern Shores pretty soon, so I don't really give a rip.
Yeah. Dick. I sent you guys a meme. And it's literally like the entire fellowship has never been to Mordor.
Right.
Elrond's been in he has stood in the spot that they need to get to in order to throw this stupid ring into the fire, and he's not offering to come.
He doesn't come.
Is the onus not on him for every death that has ever happened for the last 2,000 years? Like, you were 1v1 with Isildur. Pull out your arrow, pull out your bow, snipe him, kick the ring into Mount Doom, and we are done.
So listen, I've heard that.
Okay.
And I follow this guy on YouTube who's like, whose actual career.
Oh, okay.
Like,
what?
His career is to be a Middle Earth historian.
Wow.
Nice.
Like, he is a Tolkien, whatever.
Jeez.
Like,
scholar.
He's a scholar.
Yeah. Scholar.
Like, he's read, obviously knows the books inside and out, has read whatever the shit that we can't pronounce.
The Silmarillion.
The S book.
The similar book. And then also, like, has copies of like unpublished stuff by Tolkien and so on and so forth, right? What was the question?
Why didn't he take down Isildur when he had the chance?
Right. So, because at this point, the Ring of Power had never been in the hands of a man. We didn't know.
Okay.
Elrond didn't know
what would happen,
what it was going to do. Mm-hmm. Right. It didn't know that was.
Yeah, that's fair.
That this was. Obviously, Plan A, best plan. Yes. Let's get rid of it. Let's destroy it. Mm-hmm. But wasn't aware of just how bad the alternative was.
That's
that this
fair.
ring is literally the antithesis of good. Mm-hmm. And that, thought it was just a powerful ring.
Sure.
But probably also didn't even know that part of much like Voldemort is in Tom Riddle's diary, that the essence of Sauron is in this ring. Mm-hmm. So that's why. And Isildur was also his friend.
Yeah.
Right? And even though you put the fate of all these races above that, not easily, right? Like if I had to shoot you in the face right now to save
I'm so
the planet,
uncomfortable right now.
I would do it.
I'm so uncomfortable.
But I would struggle.
Wasn't Isildur kind of untouchable too?
How so?
There was the whole thing. The Tolkien fans will hate me if I get this wrong, but it's in the Silmarillion.
Okay, none of them listen to this podcast.
That there's a romantic relationship between. It's like the only recorded relationship other than Aragorn and his lady, of a man and an elf. So they have some kids, and then it's kind of it's kind of up for discussion whether these kids ought to be immortal,
right,
or be
mortal,
or to be mortal.
But I mean, Aragorn isn't even fully man,
right?
No, yeah. So he's of the same lineage. Yeah. So we have a couple kids, and we decide, and I think we let one of them be immortal, and the other kid, we'll just give him a really long life. So we'll let him live to be like 150 years old.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure, and so that's a pretty protected lineage of men that the elves actually respect.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure that Isildur is
part of that,
one of that lineage, if not, like he's kind of right up near the top.
Which
of
is
it,
why then also is Aragorn.
I think you both are on the same page. It makes sense. He's respected. You can't take him down. And the hindsight bias, like it's easy to know what to do if you have the whole picture, but at the time, that's a good point. I never thought
2,000 years will give you some perspective.
Yeah, I bet Elrond wakes up every day looking in the mirror being like, dang it.
Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Should have invested in Facebook and killed Isildur.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's basically my only thing. It's just the whole Boromir thing. Like it ties to not having a real plan. And maybe there's more fleshed out in the book. And I will get to it later in a different episode about what I think they should have at least talked about. That's not the Eagles. The only things that I have dislikes are very minor. Just the Hobbiton thing, I don't think I appreciated fully until I was an adult. But that's not a critique on the film.
It's because you didn't know of it.
I didn't know
saw
it. And I didn't, as an adult, you don't soak it until you're a bit more mature, I think. And the almost mistake, again, we talk about Sean Connery. Like that's Randy Newman doing Toy Story, or instead Bob Dylan doing Toy Story.
Bob Dylan almost scored Toy Story.
Like that's that level of a mistake.
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah, Ian McKellen is he nails it.
Incredible.
Like I don't know who else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know who you get.
Yeah,
it's like not having Anthony Hopkins as Odin in Thor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like he's perfect for that role.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get what
are your dislikes for Fellowship of the Ring?
I might need a minute.
Okay.
Sure.
It's more effective if you speak into the mic.
I might need a minute.
Okay. For me, some of the CGI hasn't aged well.
True.
For like the cave troll, but I don't hold that against it by any means.
No.
It's a 20-year-old film. Yeah.
This guy was trashing on the first Toy Story because the animation doesn't hold up. I was like, it's the first time they ever did it.
You've trashed on it too.
I've said it never looks as good as I remember, but you scored it lower because of it.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. There's a couple scenes that just don't jive with me.
Yeah. Dislikes. I feel like there's some stuff that is explained poorly, that is explained better in the book. So like when when Saruman in Isengard starts making urukai, they're just kind of like birthing out of sacks in the ground.
Right.
And you're kind of just expected to go with it. You're just like, oh, right, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
and so so there's stuff like that I think because it's such a rich world. I mean, we're talking about a man who, like, anyone can build a world. Mm-hmm. Right? C.S. Lewis did it with Narnia.
Yep.
C.S. Lewis didn't write languages.
Yeah. No.
Right.
It'd be one thing if I sat here and told you that Tolkien wrote a language. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you that he wrote multiple.
Yeah.
Created languages.
That's insane.
And thousands of years of lineage for different races in different bloodlines with zero gaps.
Yeah.
So if you have world building that is this rich, it seems sloppy to have things that are that big of a question mark, because that's never answered. Like, who are the Uruk-hai?
Right.
It's never answered in the movies.
No. The orcs,
I don't think.
that's answered, right? That orcs were elves, who were corrupted by the rings of power. And then, did it like bunnies, and now there's a bunch of them. And so that's not explained. I would have also liked, and listen, this is not crucial to the film. The film is not made worse because of this, but it should be explained. Maybe it just complicates things. I would have personally liked, knowing these things, I would have liked a little bit on the fact that Gandalf isn't human.
Yeah.
Sauron is, I think there's this misconception. I think the average viewer thinks Sauron is a wizard. He's not. And so a little bit of history on like who they are. Like there's so much you can like read on, like I know, but there's just like there's so much, or like.
So, sir, what do you mean?
It's the same discussion point as, extended edition versus theatrical release. That,
okay.
You gotta be eased into it.
Yeah, like even when they're on the western shores and they're sailing off.
Right.
Do you know that
No.
up until not super long ago, that wasn't a coast?
Right.
That there was land there until that all flooded and it became a sea?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
And the history of like the Balrog, and you can get, that's why I'm so excited. I'm very excited for you to see the Rings of Power show, right? Because we're going to get into some of that, I believe, right? And elves like Celebrimbor, who was the elf that, now I'm getting super nerdy. It was like the elf who is like a jewelry smith. Like he forged the rings.
Oh, cool.
Including the main ring, helped forge the main ring. And so when Sauron first shows up, he shows up in a different form, and he is going under the guise of the Lord of Gifts, right? Which is why he gives out these rings to all of these. Like, it doesn't seem unusual. That is his thing. He's the gift giver, right? And then it's not until he's got them all that he becomes mega douchebag. But anyways, there's just so much. There's so much there.
Yep.
And I think Lord of the Rings is one of those things where there's so many different viewers. Sort of similarly to Star Wars. Like the person that I showed Lord of the Rings to for the first time, I also showed Star Wars to for the first time. And whenever I'm watching something like this, because I've showed Lord of the Rings to people for the first time several different people. And I always want to like we'll reach certain points of the movie, and I always want to like pause it and give like
more background,
encyclopedia background level, or I want to pause it and pull up a map of Middle Earth and explain whereabouts they are physically right now.
Yeah.
And then, and I constantly see confusion in their face when I'm doing like it's complicating it for them, and that frustrates me. I'm like, what don't you get? And then I realize, but that none of that is necessary. That the movies are so well crafted that the fact that I know where Rohan is.
Yeah.
The fact that I know that when they reference, that I know that Moria and the House of Durin and all of this lineage that when they're in Moria and the tomb is there and it's Balin's tomb and that's, and that there was a war afterwards and that he was at the war where Thorin Oakenshield,
right.
None of that matters. It matters to me, and I know it, and I crave for it to be in there, which comes back to I would watch an 8-hour version, right?
Yeah.
Give me all the stuff that you can't.
Oh, and I think that's testimony to how carefully the movies were crafted to make those decisions of how much background do we give, but the fact that we do still, we are clear that it's Boren's tomb. We're being true to the historical accuracy. We're not just making up some new story that's just easier to tell.
Yeah.
That we those details are there. Feel free to learn more about them. We just skipped over you can watch the Fellowship of the Ring, and for the most part, bits that are left out that are in the books would still fit. We just skipped over them.
Right.
So, some of the details, like how we
Feel
connect
free
with
to Google it.
How we connect with Merry and Pippin and how they kind of join in, that is different than it plays out in the books.
Sure.
But the movies do very, very little of that, I think, in favor of just kind of skipping over whole sections, so that they can still exist in our imagination.
Fun sections, but ultimately not sections that further the plot. Or are, because you haven't read them.
I've read them. I don't know if I've ever read the third one, but I've for sure read the first two.
Yeah. Second one is a dry read.
It's definitely a balancing act, right? Because
that's when you start going back and forth.
Well,
in the second one.
Oh, no, I don't mean reading. I'm just talking about like how much detail you put in.
Okay.
Right? Because you don't want, you gotta appease the avid fans and the newcomers, and you're probably always just balancing how do I keep both interested, where the new fans are just drinking up what you're doing, and the old ones are saying, of course they want more, but it's enough to kind of whet their appetite and keep them going too.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would say they've succeeded. Because again, hey, here we are 20 years later, we've watched them. We have some gaps that we say, man, I would love to see this. I'd love to see that. But it's still like, it's not a short falling enough of that it's a poor film.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And like when Boromir says we can't go here because that'll take us too close to the Gap of Rohan, like you said, because we know the maps and go, okay,
I'm going, yes, yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah, he's right. Like you can't go that low. Like as a new coming fan, it's just dialogue, and I can't fault the film for not putting some things in.
When they're up in the mountains,
showing a map on screen during the dialogue.
when they're up in the mountains and they're looking over that way, and we see woods, and I go, shit, I bet that's Mirkwood.
Right.
Yeah.
I think equally as ruining would be like the 17 years later dialogue on the bottom would be like a map of Middle Earth with like a connected dots and like watching the Fellowship move along with like the dots getting longer and longer. That would have been not cool.
What do you dislike, sir? Aside from when it ends.
I don't know. I don't have any glaring ones that are coming to mind. CG, doesn't hold up over that many years.
But it's not awful.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
There's stuff made today that's worse.
Yeah. So I'm pleased with how delicate they were at trying to avoid it.
There's a lot of practical stuff in it that not only would be computer generated today, but was so in The Hobbit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid
Good point.
trilogy. I was so excited for that.
I have to be,
Because with the books, I'm first and foremost a Hobbit fan. Like that's
course.
what started it all.
That was the start for you.
And then I opened up my heart and they took a big dump in it.
I have a fear that the Ring of Power might be that.
I'm a little worried about
I've got a sinking suspicion.
I've heard that they're going as practical as possible.
Good.
So there's not a lot of CG happening.
Sure.
The big controversy with that show right now is, and this is what made me think of the Tom Bombadil getting Frodo and Sam and stuff to run naked through the grass to recharge themselves.
Sure. I think about that daily.
Yeah. So when Amazon was casting the show, they put out a casting call for people who matched the description of elves, so tall and skinny and fair and stuff like that, who were not opposed to doing nudity.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of people got really uptight and they're like, well, there doesn't need to be nudity in the Tolkien, blah, blah, blah. And then as people pointed out, like, okay, well, there already is in the books. If the extended version of The Hobbit has a bunch of dwarves skinny dipping in Rivendell. But it sounds like in the Rings of Power, there's one brief sequence with brief nudity. And it's when we get to see the first elves turning into the first orcs.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. And it's sort of like so it's, whether their clothes rip off or like whatever it is, but it's a visceral transformation. So anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trailer that came, anything that we've seen for it, I think looks incredible. I'm very excited for it. Yeah. I hope the show ends with, I don't know if they're doing more than one season.
I don't know.
But if they do...
Please don't let it run forever.
Don't let it run forever, and please culminate the show with something we know. Culminate the show with the battle that's in the monologue of the Fellowship of the Ring. Like, bring me right up until that moment. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So what do you love? Is that what's next on your list of
It is.
what to do?
It's really short. It's
The movie.
the whole thing.
The whole damn movie.
I love just how smooth and epic it is, and that's partially due to the books that it's based off of, but it's still to the credit of the film. I wrote this down. It's that scene where we're introduced to the ring, where Gandalf's, in Minas Tirith, and it says, "The writing on the ring that was once clear as flame is now a secret that only fire can tell." And I just replayed that spot about 2 or 3 times because it's so eloquent of just such a simple fact, but it just sounds so pleasant. 2 things that I like that stood out to me this time. I was really, because it's truly, I like the whole film. There's no point in going into detail, but 2 new things that stood out to me were Boromir. I really had a new appreciation for him, and that continues in the next couple films, or at least one.
Right.
I really empathized with someone who's sitting at that secret council, whose brothers in arms have been having their blood spilt for years. And I've never empathized with him more than I have this viewing of like someone wanting to steal the ring. As a kid, I was like, Boromir, you're a jerk, you're a douche.
And it's also not his family. It's not his fault that his family is not the true rulers of Gondor.
No. And so I never felt more in line with his intentions of, obviously the ring has its pervasive way of making people, like the evil come out in people.
Yeah.
But underlying, he's not wanting to do it for pure ambition or pure greed. So Boromir stood out to me.
And then he is when he tries to take the ring, he's already being influenced by the ring. Like he's already sort of under the ring's spell.
Oh yeah.
And then realizes his wrong and makes the ultimate sacrifice to save Merry and Pippin.
Immediately he turns. He's like, oh.
To save 2 hobbits that in the grand scheme of things don't matter. They don't mean shit.
Yeah, right. And then the other thing that I just really appreciated this time was the whole Gandalf-Sauron confrontation.
Right.
I'm not sure if it lived. I don't remember to the degree of it in the book. So I don't know if it lives up to the book or falls flat, but just I do enjoy that whole master and apprentice and coming to a head and realizing we got a problem here and how it kind of escalates. So those are the two things that I don't think I appreciated as much as in the past, and this still jumped out to me.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I'm just noticing that a lot of the figures we have on this table are not from this movie.
Well,
There's two.
There's one. There's
there's Legolas there. Legolas is behind the books there.
Oh, he is.
So we have Legolas and we have Gimli.
Well, Legolas is in his two towers attire, because there's a difference.
Yeah.
And we've got the mithril on Gandalf's head.
Gandalf the White.
Gandalf the White.
Turn out the lights.
Again, for the listeners, potentially, if everything works, we're alluding to the video of the action figures on our table.
Yeah.
That hopefully, if all things work, the Patreon subscribers are watching as we speak.
So sign up for Patreon, you cheap bastard. All right. The link's down below. I love you.
Yeah.
Things I love. As a kid, I think my least favorite character... Okay, as a kid, my least favorite character was Boromir.
Okay, yeah.
My second least favorite character, just because he, wasn't funny, he didn't have any, lines that I think a kid appreciates, was Sam. As a kid, I was like, Sam's kind of boring.
Kind of nosy.
Obviously, Frodo's your favorite. Pippin is second because Pippin's really funny.
They are.
Merry is third because he plays well with Pippin. Yep. And then Sam is just
I don't think I could tell the difference. I couldn't tell which was which.
As a kid, I struggled.
It's just... Yeah,
those two.
The pair.
And then Sam was last because he was just fat and kind of annoying. Right? And so... But as
I made a promise to Gandalf, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah, I made a promise. Yeah. As an adult, though,
right? Yes.
Sam is Sam is the hero of this story.
Though. Yeah, sure.
But even Sam has some great moments that I didn't appreciate as a kid, and two of them stand out in particular. Okay. Both are interactions between him and Frodo.
Of course.
The first one being in the cornfield, right, where Frodo gets a little too far ahead.
Oh, that part.
This is the furthest I've ever been away from home.
So, speaking there's the theatrical cut, and then there's the extended cut, then there's the inserting "and my axe" every time someone in the film says and they insert Gimli saying "and my axe," and it's like a 6-hour cut. But there's obviously the famous cut of years ago that someone...
Of course that's a thing.
They interjected every time in the film after the cornfield where Sam takes a step, they cut in, "This is the farthest I've ever been from home." And so they've taken it off for copyright issues. The closest thing I found was someone who watched that, and it's like a 7-hour cut. And so it's a video of him watching the whole thing with no phone, no alcohol, no nothing. And the first 40 minutes is fine because he hasn't said the line yet. But he said it took him 3 hours to watch the Mines of Moria, just because when they're it's all
they're running.
They're all running the whole time. So every time Sam takes a step, it's "This is the farthest I've ever been from home."
And it would just be the quickest cut back to...
Yeah. Sorry. I thought that's the part that you said was your favorite. And I almost peed myself.
When he gets too far ahead and he says, "What's wrong, Sam?" And he's like, it's just something Gandalf said to me. He said, "Don't you lose him, Samwise." And I don't mean to, sir. I don't mean to.
Yeah.
And so that's so good. And then the other, obviously, is the incredibly emotional ending when Sam almost drowns because he forgets he doesn't know how to swim.
and he walks where the water's above his head, which is his own fault.
And then he pulls him up into the boat and he's crying. And the best line in this movie. And Sam has the best line in the third one, too. But I'll get to that when we do the third one. The best line in this movie is when Frodo says, "Go back, Sam. I'm going to Mordor alone." And Sam says, "Of course you are.
Yeah.
And I'm coming with you."
Nice.
And it's just Sam is the hero of this story.
He really is.
Objectively.
Oh,
he is the hero of this story.
Yeah.
So I
don't know about if he's the hero of the Fellowship of the Ring.
He's not the hero of the Fellowship of the Ring.
I think Gandalf is the hero of the Fellowship, with the face off against the Balrog.
Sure.
Yeah, of the Fellowship.
Yeah.
Of the Fellowship
Yeah,
specifically.
it's certainly
sure.
not Elrond.
He kind of lucked into Sam coming along. Because
Yeah.
again, if Sam's not there, the whole plan is screwed.
It could
Yeah.
be Sam's old gaffer.
Yeah. We don't even see him in the movie.
No.
But he's the most
referenced.
important.
He's the first blood.
Yeah. No, so I love that. The soundtrack, obviously, for the longest time, the Shire music played as my wake up alarm, because your
That's
day is
cool.
much better when it starts with doo 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 doo, and you're like, oh, okay, I can face the
That's a
world
fair-
today.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm going to bring it up now because I could have brought it up in any of the films, but now it's as good as time as any. The soundtrack, without question, I think we're in the same boat. We all
Yeah.
love it.
Without question.
Incredible. I have spent 15 years of my adult life. Like, that is my go-to music if I'm studying or preparing for something. And I've
Really?
listened to it 100%. 100%. If I'm studying for something and I need to love what I'm listening to, but it not distract me, that is it. And so,
It's too distracting for me.
oh,
I get too into it.
on occasion I'll
Yeah.
daydream. I'll be like, oh yeah, that scene is epic. But for the most part, it's good. And recently, a couple of years ago, that's how long COVID's been. That's kind of depressing. I thought it was recently, and I'm like, no, that was 2 years
it
ago.
is. 2 years ago. It is.
I was preparing for this exam, and it was supposed to be in person, but then because of COVID, it was converted to like an online format. And it was like it was more like a 4-hour exam. And I was like, this is going to be boring as hell. Like, I got to do something to keep myself entertained. And it was invigilated. So I, like, when it started, I had to like spin my laptop around the room and show them I wasn't cheating. But in the room adjacent on my iPad, I put the 3 film soundtracks on repeat, like 3 times each. So like 9 films worth of music just to replay, just so I could like listen to it in the other room to have like something entertaining to do while I wrote this exam. And like, it just made those 4 hours pass by so well. And I just felt like I had the world on a string, and I just felt like incredible. My point is, those soundtracks are incredible. They're my life. Like, they are just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, soundtracks of your life. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard to believe Randy Newman almost did them.
What? No.
No.
No, so soundtrack's amazing. Like I said, the character design, the set design, the fact that they chose to shoot in New Zealand is perfect. Like, where there's no
Right?
other place in the world that like New Zealand is basically Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And then
Color grading.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an underappreciated art.
Light positioning.
Boom mic holding.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, boom mic holder.
Gaffer. Yeah, no, I just, so much of it. I just love so much. What are you sending me messages about?
I didn't send you a dang message.
Oh.
Someone that lives with me said that there's pizza here.
Oh.
And I said, thank you.
Well, thank you for listening. What do you love?
Is it fair to say, like,
No.
I feel like it's so noteworthy that this film was made, that Peter Jackson was given the freedom to like, he's like, you got to picture the boardroom when he first pitched this.
Because there was supposed to be
say,
two.
I want to take this on, and I want to,
There's supposed to be 2 films.
Was it even originally supposed to be 1,
No.
or was 2 the minimum?
No, I think it was 2.
Okay.
And then
I don't remember. Like, he set out and then just kept shooting footage.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right.
well, it's gonna be 2. Maybe it was set out to be 2. I don't just remember.
Yeah. It
And
was for sure 2
and
at
then he
one
went
point.
to the studio and he was like, it's going to have to be 3. And they're like, what? He's like, well, it's like 3 books, you know?
The way I remember in one of the special features was, is it New Line Cinema that eventually, all the
Which
meetings
doesn't
were,
exist anymore.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I, for some reason, didn't even know that.
Yeah.
For all the meetings that he went to, regardless if it was 2 or 1, everyone was like, this is what and they obviously didn't go ahead with it, but they said, if we go ahead with it, it'll be 2 films or 1 film or less than 3.
And this is your budget.
And New Line Cinema said, well, there's 3 books, so why don't you do 3 films?
Yeah.
And Peter Jackson was like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's,
yes, please.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like the freedom that he was given, or or that he took, to do it justice, and to like, it's obviously the work of a passionate fan. And I'm just so glad that no one messed it up. Where there's so many fantastic books where they set out to make the movie, and then someone, not the director or like not the person who set out to create the work of film, but someone else messes it up. And I'm just so happy that didn't happen with the Lord of the Rings, with the Fellowship.
Well, and it was considered such a gamble. Like the reason, again, much like Star Wars, a lot of studios are like, because it was like
this is a niche thing.
It's
kind of a cult following.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's a cult following because it had been so long, right? And Lord of the Rings, the films, like nowadays we talk about like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and stuff, and you're like, oh, it's fairly popular. Well, yeah, because of the films.
Yeah.
It had been a very long time since there was any Middle-earth buzz of any kind.
Right.
And it was considered a niche thing, but it's like, you have to understand, like, this is something that Tolkien doesn't get enough credit for. Our modern day mythology, in general, mythology, the way we view it in general, is based largely off of Tolkien's work, right? Like,
yeah,
Narnia,
I was wondering
like
that.
so many things.
Like when I say, elves, and how much lore and how much of visual appearance, how much of that actually came from Tolkien? Because I know that elves were a thing before Tolkien,
that,
of course.
But like, how much has he shaped it
but
since
did
then?
they have pointy ears?
Yeah.
Were they fair
Were
and
they
beautiful?
fair skinned?
Were they under a bridge and slimy and more like a troll? Like, like...
Yeah. Right? So there's so much that not only did he build a world and write languages, but he literally influenced mythology in general. Yeah. Like all of these, any movie that comes out today that has knights and dragons and trolls and whatever, right? Stardust or whatever these movies are, they're all somewhat rooted in. They all have to pay tribute to what gave birth to them, and that was Tolkien creating Middle-earth. Yeah, it's nuts.
Jumping back just to the whole Peter Jackson bit, the thing that I find mind-boggling
is his cameo in Brie. Eating that carrot?
Eating
Again,
the
a carrot
from Farmer Maggot.
Yeah.
Just the sheer size of this
You don't know this? He's in all three movies.
Yeah.
I don't think I've caught it.
Peter Jackson's in all three movies.
I got to watch the bonus footage here.
No, it's theatrical.
I agree, but I need to know about these things.
And Stephen Colbert is in the second Hobbit film.
I'm not surprised.
Stephen Colbert is a huge Tolkien guy.
There's one of the members of Flight of the Conchords is an elf as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's not hard because you
And
live in New Zealand. You're pretty much in the film.
Yeah.
He just walked by and they CGI'd the ears.
Yeah, if he wasn't an elf, he was going to be an orc.
But just the sheer scale blows my mind. This is a piece of trivia. Every day on set, they made about 1,500 eggs for the cast and crew. 1,500 eggs.
Oh, like to feed them?
To feed them.
Oh.
For the cast and crew.
1,500.
And it's just, for context, just the size of this group.
There's no way those weren't scrambled. Like that's what you
individually flipped every one of them.
Over easy.
Over easy, go F yourself.
But I'll refer to this as Peter Jackson, but obviously it's a collective team of like he was spearheading some parts.
Yes.
And there's the technical components of the set design and like music and everything. And so obviously it's multifaceted, but like I will just for simplicity just say Peter Jackson and his team. Just there's so many moving pieces, and I listed 3. Like to feed 1,500 eggs a day, that's a lot of moving pieces of a lot of different teams and a lot of different people, just to give a scale.
Yeah.
All of them, and we've nitpicked some critiques or some things that haven't aged well, but more often than not, they made decisions that we're okay with, or at best are fine. Like, hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible to think that in an alternate universe, if life had been different, if they had gone with a different lead, if someone wasn't as passionate about it, like you said, Peter Jackson, or if they had gone left instead of going right, or if, just made some different creative decisions, we might be talking about just some awful thing. Like we might be talking about that, like just the worst worst thing that like
that cult fiction that almost
we might be
almost
talking
would've been
about
good.
what's
Yeah.
that TV show that Carl thinks is better than Star Wars, but it's not.
Firefly.
Like it might be going. It might
Yeah.
be like the Firefly of 2001. Going, wow, oh yeah, like this niche little thing. You got to be like David Lynch's Dune. Going, oh yeah, it's kind of corny, it's kind of cheesy, but hey, it's 1980s and it's David.
Carl
Lynch.
doesn't really like Lord of the Rings either. Like he just doesn't.
Wow.
I don't think
There's a reason he's not here.
he doesn't dislike it, but he doesn't care.
Right. But it's just all these different decisions that, and like to the magnitude and the volume of decisions that all weren't perfect, but were all solid.
Yeah.
And that we're talking about an epic 20 years later, not just some fan fiction-y thing that you can't get on Blu-ray because there's not enough demand for it.
I was watching one of those, it's like Variety or GQ or whatever it is, and it was either like an actor breaks down his career or does the autocomplete interview or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think it was Elijah Wood, and this is only from like 2 or 3 years ago, has never read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I just lost a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
It's a little
Didn't
weird.
have a lot to start with, but
Yeah.
It's a little weird. Like I'd understand if he hadn't gone into it.
He got the part real quick,
Yeah.
and it was just like go
I
time.
can see that. But
Yeah. To have not read it after.
I mean, it's
I feel like you have to.
set you for life. Like,
Yeah. That's the only reason anyone knows you. Yeah. What else is what do you got next?
I think
we talking about its reception.
to some degree. I think I'll lead this section and then you guys can either follow in suit or just do whatever you want. But to wrap it up, a question that I wanted to go into these films.
Do whatever we want.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Is this true? Is this film truly perfect? Or is the series perfect? And is this the best chapter? So for me, 20 years, hasn't aged perfectly. Not my favorite film. But
Of the three?
of the three,
Okay.
it's not my favorite film. But dang, it's still an incredible film. And it's something that I still tackle with, is it one chapter or is it just a piece of a full story? Like, how do you judge these films? But just looking at this one film, it's still great. It's still incredible. I think the sum of the parts are better than the individual. So all three films together are,
Yes.
you could call perfection. Like how else, like just the fact that
For those not following us on Patreon, he just did air quotes.
Yeah.
like just the fact that they filmed three films simultaneously and they're of incredible quality and it does bring justice to this story. Like how can you not say the three films together are near perfection?
A masterpiece.
A masterpiece. But I would say individually this film is not on its own a perfection to me, but it's still incredibly solid.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're only going to watch one, watch The Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh,
Well, sure.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, the other two don't make sense.
I mean,
otherwise.
but
You'll have no context if you
I
just
watched
jump into the...
Two Towers on my own, and whispering to the person next to me brought me up to speed enough.
yeah, but that means. But
Gandalf?
I feel so bad for the person next to you.
So like, shut up. So why is he wearing his wedding ring on his neck? Like, what's
Yeah.
the deal here? Like, what?
Yeah.
So to interpret what you're
I'm
saying,
saying
this is
it's-
the best of the trilogy, or
I
not
think-
necessarily?
Well, I think so.
Okay.
I think I would say that. It tells a complete story on its own. You watch The Two Towers and you're just like, well, I just watched another episode of The Lord of the Rings.
Right.
God, those trees walked for a long time.
So I think the first one is, I mean, it's setting the stage, and that's a really hard thing to do. By the time, the next year when the next movie came out, it was already sold. You sold everyone on the entire trilogy the moment they walked out of the theater after the first one.
Right.
And that's a pretty solid hook.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive too, like waiting for that yearly, like, it's coming.
You know, we say that a lot. We
Yeah.
talk about like, fandom and stuff
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
we're getting a Marvel movie 3-4 times a year and all these shows and Star Wars, and Taika Waititi's directing a Star Wars, and we've got Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman and like all this stuff, right? And I was like, oh, what a time to be alive. I feel like that's always like the first guy that had indoor plumbing. The first guy that wasn't hiking out to the outhouse in the winter to take a shit. I feel like he had a God, what a time to be alive kind of moment, right? Like the first time, they whatever, right?
But I would say
I feel like there was a guy sitting at the Coliseum watching lion rip a guy's testicles off, going, "Man, what a time to be alive!" Like it's forever going to be the saying.
What I will say is I understand the point you're saying about, you only know what you know, and like someone in 1800 wouldn't know that we have phones in our pocket that you can know any answer to anything in your life.
Yeah.
I will say is what I'm referring to is a little bit different of not getting like 3 Lord of the Rings a year like MCU, but it's just like one finite one. Sure. And you have to wait the calendar year. Yeah, and it's not like a streaming service where, I'll catch it when it comes on. It's like, no, we have to get tickets.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure it's not sold out.
Yeah.
And let's like camp out and get
And it was this, I feel like it was one of those unusual global experiences. Right. Like there was, the ice bucket challenge. And then there was, then there's like, 16 other things trying to be like the ice bucket challenge, but the momentum's over.
Right.
The ice, it was a thing. We were all on it.
Harlem Shake.
And then it's over.
Right.
The Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
And so, it was this, you only get one of those every generation or so, because then it gets old really quickly. Mm-hmm. And Lord of the Rings had that momentum.
So now TikTok, it's like every 2 weeks is new TikTok trend.
And that's, I'm getting some of the similar vibes from what it was like around Lord of the Rings with the Top Gun Maverick, where this once in a lifetime, not lifetime, but once in a every couple decades experience that, just little things that you described there. I'm like, not to the same extent, a little bit different. But
I really had to try to sell you on that, and now you're like, because you weren't as hot on Maverick as I was. When we first watched it,
no, but I was hyped.
You went back and saw it again
on the film itself. No, and then yes, I came around a bit more. But I think my whole experience, I was hyped on the '80s feel of it, and people like coming up to me saying, "What did you think of it?" Or people lining up and like just a buzz in the theater that I'm sure was like when we saw Lord of the Rings and whatnot.
And and those, I echo what you're saying about those global events. So we saw, Aaron and I saw, with several other people, saw The Force Awakens.
With your clothes on or off?
We were clothed at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Episode 7.
Later. Yeah. Episode 7, we saw in IMAX.
Oh, nice.
On opening night, an earlier showing on opening night. Like we were among the first couple million people in the world probably to see it.
Yep.
The only thing we didn't do was, drive further east to get it.
Right. Right.
But we went down with like lightsabers and like a life-sized Yoda in the car and like, and
we were underdressed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
As far as like other people in like Jedi robes and stuff.
Yeah. Sure.
But we like as soon as those tickets went on sale, we went to the site and we're like, okay, let's do it. We were sitting center, slightly off to the side in the very front row of a very large IMAX screen.
Right.
In 3D. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But either way, it was a lot of this.
Yeah.
It was pretty...
a lot of strain.
But that was one of those like, oh my God, Star Wars is back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was never going to be another Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Star Wars is back. Right? So... Yeah. Cool.
Very cool.
What's the question we're answering?
If this is the best...
Oh, okay. So... It's not my favorite. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's the film with the best moments from the trilogy, but I do think it's the film with the fewest flaws from the trilogy.
Interesting.
Okay.
So maybe the best?
Yeah.
It depends on how you define best.
Sure.
The closest to flawless, but doesn't have the best moments.
Doesn't take your breath away.
Right. Not my favorite, but the one I look forward to watching the most.
Such a weird competition.
That's
Right? So
It's the one I hate,
Yeah.
but I love.
but I can't live without it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a toxic relationship.
Toxic.
Yeah. What else we got, sir?
I think we might be ready to score it.
Closing arguments?
Unless you guys, unless there's something else we want to bring up.
I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah.
Fool of a took.
Throw yourself in next time.
Yeah. Rid us all of your stupidity. Okay. So, do you have anything else to say?
No,
So then on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring?
0 to 10.
0 to 10. You can have decimals. You can have up to 1 decimal point.
Okay. It's way up there. I don't know how you guys. I'm sure you gravitate to certain numbers where your baseline is. You
So-
go up a little bit for movies you like.
So
and
0 is
down a little
is
bit.
like a barbed wire enema.
Okay.
10 is like the best orgasm you've ever had.
Oh, no. 10
and 5
has to
is-
be like, there's nothing wrong with the film. Like, perfection.
Yeah, that's what I said. And 5 is just like neutral. 5 is just like
Yep.
completely.
But for you guys as reviewers,
Yeah.
is 5 your most common number, or do you kind of tend to?
No, it's all over the place.
I think it's
higher.
all over the place.
Yeah, it's all over the
Okay,
place.
all right.
I don't think
Yeah.
we have ever given like a 1 or a 2, or if we have, not often.
I avoid 10s because I
Yes.
think that if you throw too many 10s out there, like I've maybe in 200 episodes, I've maybe given 2, maybe 3 10s.
Probably 2. Yeah.
Because I think if you give too many 10s, it hurts your credibility. People just think you're voting emotionally and you're a little trigger happy.
Okay. Well, I'm a very emotional about this movie.
Okay.
Sure.
So it's a 10 for me.
Oh, wow.
All right.
I
It's-
love it.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pete.
Yeah. Well, Aaron was talking. The thing I will. I was sculling.
Wally wouldn't shut up and I wasn't paying attention.
Not that. What did you give it again? No. I forgot 2 thoughts I wanted to bring up.
All right.
Just on the thing, I should have brought it up when we were talking about,
You really should have.
straddling that line
we
between
are.
appeasing the new fans and details for older ones.
Yeah.
Even like with this watching, I was like, how does Strider get involved? Like, why is he just sitting in this bar and getting involved?
Read this.
Or even just the whole idea, like in the moment where Gandalf has this feeling that they likely shouldn't go to Moria, and there's this lingering darkness there.
Yeah.
But still, somehow Gimli is just out to lunch, like, yeah, let's go. My bros are there. We're going to have wings. Yeah, it's like somehow Gandalf is like, yeah, there's some stuff that's gone down, and like Gimli is just out of the loop with his own kin.
Yeah, he's like, they show up and it literally looks like the Addams Family house. And he's like, and even though they're like halfway through and there's like boulders, like everything's pretty aft, he's still like, just wait until we get inside. There's going to be a hell of a feast. And it's like,
Meat right off the bone. And it's like, dude, everyone is dead.
everyone is dead.
And the last thing is just in an alternate universe, I do wonder what the journey would have been like if the hobbits that weren't Frodo actually didn't come to the secret council. Because I think the Fellowship was really clogged down by these hobbits. Like, I still think going through the dead marshes and going up the secret stairway in the later films, if you're having Legolas with you, Aragorn with you, Boromir if he survives with you, Gandalf if he survives with you, is a much powerful team than them babysitting Merry and Pippin when they get
but
lost.
that's the point.
Babysitting
That's the point.
Sam. Like, I just think
Gandalf has a line at the end of the next one, or somewhere in the third one, where he's talking about hobbits and how he's, and I'm going to butcher this line, but it's something to the effect of like just the underestimated abilities of the simple things in life and a hobbit, and how hobbits are so miraculous, and yeah, it would be like brute force. Sure. But we were never going to win with brute force because there wasn't enough force in the world.
Yeah.
And so like, and Merry and Pippin are so crucial because without Merry and Pippin, we don't win. right? Because Isengard, Saruman doesn't get taken out. Well, so in this film, which is something that's a huge departure from the books. Huge departure.
I would say yes, you get that benefit of having hobbits by Frodo being along. And who knows, maybe you don't even need Isengard or the Ents involved to defeat Isengard. If you're not babysitting these hobbits, like you can move faster. You're not like just wiping their noses and stopping so they can have second breakfast.
Where is this coming from?
I'm just saying, you're more efficient. Maybe you get and drop the ring in before Isengard even knows you're there. But
I genuinely think you're talking gibberish.
Listen, I've done the math. Okay.
All right.
It works out. Okay. No brainer on my scale of how much effort. Theater.
Oh, so explain your ranking scale.
So I've got 2 ranking scale.
Okay.
One is like a number.
Sure.
The other is how much effort. How much effort am I putting into this? Am I getting a babysitter and paying $50 to go see it at a theater?
Okay.
That's like the top.
Yeah.
The next low is like, hey, I'll pay $30 on Disney Plus, worth the money, worth the time. If it's not worth that much effort, I'll wait till it's on Netflix.
Some pretty big lawsuits if this ends up on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'll wait till a streaming site where, it's worth that if I'm paying a subscription anyway. And if it's in none of those 3 categories, it's the bottom most, which means if I'm at a cottage and it's raining outside and there's no Wi-Fi and there's a VHS of it sitting around, I might consider watching it. Anyway,
okay.
This is the topmost. Yeah. Theater, babysitter, I will watch it if it's
extended.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And then on a scale of 0 to 10, it's not perfect, so it's 9. It's very close.
Yeah.
And there's some things that I didn't appreciate as much as I would have needed to give it a perfect score, but a 9 is respectable.
Okay.
Yeah. Where do you rank
Brady.
this?
8.6. I'm a very I just say it. And then
Brady
I'm done.
makes it up, and it's always like a point something.
Yeah. Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
That's right.
It's 8.6.
0.6.
I was going to give it an 8.5. Didn't
You're
seem
feeling
high
generous
enough.
today, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, here you go. Have a little extra. Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's epic. It's fun. It's heartwarming. Every time the music plays, other times when the music plays, it's like gut wrenching and nerve wracking and sad when Boromir dies. And I would have followed you, my king, my brother, my leader, my king, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And man, like it's amazing. There's so something about me is I get
Give it a 10.
Give
it a 10.
I get real joys in life out of I get real joys in life out of showing certain movies to people for the first time, reliving the first time viewing through them.
Back to the Future with me.
I did it with Back to the Future with you. I did it with Emily and sort of Aaron, but Aaron was having a love affair with Reddit at the time. I did it with the show Supernatural.
It's only like 60 hours of footage.
And so I was like Supernatural, and then I've done it with Star Wars with people, Lord of the Rings with people, stuff like that, right? I've done it with the MCU with people.
Oh yeah,
like all the films and a bunch of the TV shows. Like that was a big endeavor. But Lord of the Rings is definitely on that list of there's films where I'm like, oh, you haven't seen this?
Here's a 5-minute synopsis.
You should watch it sometime. Or, oh, you haven't seen Cats?
Good for you.
You're doing good. Keep it up. Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
But Lord of the Rings is, if I find someone who hasn't seen Lord of the Rings.
You start looking around for a bedsheet and a projector.
Yeah, we did that. I've been a part of multiple extended edition. Okay, we're only stopping to pee and make some food.
Yeah.
And the pee is optional. We might not even do that.
Yeah.
And you're making Lord of the Rings themed snacks.
Yeah. Below each of your seats, you will find a mason jar with your, So, and one of them was at Aaron's place, and we hung a sheet and watched it on a projector.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Wrap this up, sir.
Well,
wait, no. Wrap this up, Aaron.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys wrap up.
Wrap up the podcast episode.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
All right. Do you want to supplement?
Check out our socials below. If you're watching, thank you for supporting us on Patreon. If you want to watch,
Support us on Patreon, you cheap bastard.
Check out the links below. Thank you for joining us, whether this is your 200th episode with us or this is your first episode with us. Thank you for joining us.
Or your 150th episode with us, or your 87th episode with us.
Or your 94th
Can you start taking things off so you make sure I don't miss any?
And I think I can speak on behalf of the group. We look forward to episode 300 when we review Two Towers.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That sounds great.
We're going to wait another 100 episodes?
You got to make it special.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. We're waiting a year.
I thought for episode 300 we were
You got to wait a year. Yeah.
I thought we were doing the human centipede.
No.
No. Thank God.
No.